Welcome, everybody. It is December 26th. I am the Crypto Crow. Wanted to discuss a few things. Actually, I'm going to make a couple quick notes. I had some notes at home, and I wanted to remind myself. Trends last year. Okay. Now, couple things I wanted to go over. First of all, I recently bought some more coins last night. I bought 14,000 of a coin that, I think it's probably going to do very well over 2018. I'm not 100%, and I'm not as into this as I am Cardano. Cardano, I think, is going to be ridiculous in 2018. This is something that, I'm seeing a trend recently amongst privacy coins. And, if you look at all of the privacy coins that are currently on the market with some age, they're doing pretty well. And so I started doing a little bit of digging. I'm not going to lie and tell you that I've been just completely exhausting my time investigating this, but I've been looking at Verge coin. Now, here's the thing about Verge coin. It's basically a secure and anonymous coin. Okay. There's a big max supply. Definitely not as much as like Ripple or some of these other coins out there. But I think it's fairly comfortable, and it's down negative 21% right now because I've been seeing a lot of FUD, a lot of fake FUD, and it's all being debunked. Somebody has it out for Verge, and I don't know if it's because somebody missed the boat on it and they wanted to try and get it cheaper, because it did go up quite a bit. I mean, it was down like next to nothing, and now it's up to 16 cents. So, but here's the thing. When I look at a coin, I don't necessarily care where it was recently. What I care is that I go into, well, why is it spiking? Is it just a sheer pump? For a pump and dump sake, or is there some legitimate news? And with Verge, apparently there's some new addition to the coin called Wrath, which I guess or Wraith, which has something to do. And again, I don't know all the details, so don't just run out and buy this. Again, I'm not as big and bullish on this as I am Cardano. Cardano, I feel, is a safe bet no matter what. Verge, there's some controversy going on around it, but I figure it's 16 cents. It's worth it just to ride it out. I mean, just to see what happens. But I think Verge has a lot of potential. I mean, based off of everything that they're getting set up here, you can already use it to make some purchases online for things. There are different stores apparently that are already accepting it. What they have to offer, I don't know. I didn't go into a lot of this stuff. But anyway, and I mean the wallet's decent. I mean, it is what it is. This is the roadmap. Here's the thing. I know that John McAfee people are really pumping him up recently. I don't have anything against John McAfee personally. I don't really think he's, a lot of people are calling him a scammer and this and that. Look, I don't really think he's a scammer. I think he's using his... So we all know that he's a big miner and he owns a lot, some mining farms or something like that. And I think his just kind of balls out methods and promoting himself and his video stuff that he's been putting out with the girls and the guns and the coke and all that. I mean, look, he's an older guy. He's found his success. He's just having some fun, I think. And I think he's really passionate about cryptocurrency. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to go run out and buy everything that he says is good. I'll do my own legwork and decide what's good or not. He's pumped some coins recently that I'm just like, I don't see it. I'm not buying it. And here's the other thing. When you're in a position like him, I mean, just with my own channel, I would love, ultimately, and I'm trying to put a kind of a plan together on how do I really beef up my channel. I want to get to 100,000 subscribers. How do I do that? And so that's kind of what my goals are. Well, just in the subscribers that I have now and the, some of the views, like one of my Cardano videos reaching 70,000 views. It's only been a couple weeks, maybe a few weeks. I don't think it's even been that long. And I think people realize that when I put out a video, I try to be as very upfront and honest as possible. Um, and I've got a whole plan on what I want to do with Cardano. I really want to get into some live videos or some live interviews and things like that. And we want to really start, taking layers off and getting deeper into some of these currencies that I am actually very passionate about. And nobody's paying me to do this. Now, I don't know 100%, but I have already had people come to me and say, hey, we'll pay you X to promote our coin. Verge is not, for the record. But I've had some people, and look, here's my outlook on that. If it's a coin I already happen to be invested in because I believe in its growth and its utility or whatever, then sure I might, but I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say, hey, you know what? These guys came to me and they said, hey, we're interested in you promoting this. We'll actually take care of you. I'm going to start telling everybody anytime that happens. But I've turned some people down because it's not really worth it. If I don't really believe in the coin, I'm not going to promote it on my channel. That being the case, I am sure. There have been some screenshots that I think are fake, to be honest with you, because I'm sure there are some people that, I guess John's rubbed the wrong way, and, he's got people just fudding him to death, and, he's threatening lawsuits and so forth and so on. And I get it. I get what it's like to be in his position, and, you've got all these people, just crazy people coming at you all the time, trying to break you down and tear you down. And, but at the same time, I would be shocked if he wasn't being paid something to, I guess, quote unquote, shill some of these coins. So I don't really listen to him. And I guess some people who are into the whole, well, I'm going to get in while it's low, get out when it's high, and I'm not into that. I'm about kind of establishing my long-term position in cryptocurrency today so that I could benefit in a year. My wife and I have excuse me, my wife and I have basically a 2-year plan where we want to build our forever home in the next 2 years. Basically, the home that is everything that we want to basically live out our days. Okay. And that's a big part of what I'm doing in crypto. Everything that I'm doing today, I'm doing planning on the potential return for a year to 2 years down the road. And so, I expect 2018 to be, I'm hoping, the year that I become a millionaire through cryptocurrency. That is my goal. And I do believe that it's absolutely possible. I'm making notes on other things that I want to discuss in this video. It might be a little bit of a long one, but it should be worth it. So all that being said, I did just buy 14,000 Verge coins, and this is the site. You can download the wallet. It's all pretty simple. There's not a whole lot of complexity to dealing with the coin. I would suggest going through the FAQ, kind of get an idea as to where they're at, what their direction is, where they want to be. I want you to feel comfortable about the coin before you put money into it. For me, getting it at 16 cents, if it goes up to 50 cents in 2018, it's a nice profit. But, I think with the tax situation that Trump is enacting or signing, I did get some more detail on that as well. But I think that there are going to be a lot of people trying to evade taxes. And I think these privacy coins with low fees, I think they're going to start taking precedence, whether it's a situation where people, establish their the coins that they want long term, and then they transfer them into like a privacy coin and then kind of disappear with it. I don't know. But I think that if that does end up being possible, I can see that happening quite a bit. I don't plan on doing that because I work in the financial world. I work in the mortgage industry, and but B, I don't want IRS coming knocking on my door about anything. I don't want the SEC knocking on my door about anything. I just try to live an honest life and do what I can with what I have, and make the best of it. I've risen and fallen many times in my life. I'm 40 years old. I've tried different things, and not everything works out the way you hope it will. But I do think that cryptocurrency, there's so much potential and so much opportunity here that to me it's a no-brainer. And my goal recently has been to try and acquire 15,000, 10 to 15,000 of any coins under $1 that I can afford. and I'm trying to buy, I should say under 15 cents. Or 50 cents. I don't know what I'm saying. So I'm trying to basically establish for myself some pretty decent positions at the very beginning of this 2018, like the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, so that I have, a portfolio of, 5, 10, 15,000 of a variety of coins that, should they do well in 2018, I've got a 7-figure portfolio. And I'm also doing that through ICOs and things like that. So, I'm helping some of the people that I help in wallet management and ICOs. And knowing that I will get commissions on some of that, some of those positions as well, and it just helps. And I think 2018 is going to be such a ridiculous year in cryptocurrency. And so, real quick, the note about the tax bill, the tax situation. So obviously, I posted a video recently about Donald Trump signing the cryptocurrency death warrant. It's not quite as bad as I originally anticipated based off of what I read, because what I originally read and all I could find was some very vague. They love to keep things vague. That way all these lawyers and accountants and everybody can fight over it and whittle it down, and they can interpret things however they want on a whim, and nail you if they want to nail you, and so forth and so on. I think it's a ridiculous system, but that's the way it is. But from, basically the bill it states that they're going to go in and they're ultimately going to tax you on every coin-to-coin transaction. And I guess there's still some confusion as to what that means. But in a nutshell, you're being taxed on the profit, not the transaction. So if I exchange, $100 worth of Ethereum and I buy another coin with that Ethereum and I make $100 profit, so I ended up with $200 because of that transaction, I'm actually paying a tax on the $100 difference. So it's not necessarily as bad. And for bot trading, it'll kind of suck a little bit, because who the hell's going to go through all this shit is what I want to know. But I'm assuming they're going to have a whole army of people at some point just kind of going through and sorting through all of the exchange records. I don't know how they're going to police this. I really don't. But it's not quite as bad. So if I'm bot trading and I make 4% profit on a trade, I'm paying a tax on that 4% profit, not the entire transaction. So that being said, I know that they're still going to be trying to boil this down, iron it out, figure out how to police it. I'm sure that by the time they figured out how they're going to police it, an entire army of people in crypto are going to figure out ways to avoid it. So it is what it is. We'll see how it all plans out. Anyway, so I wanted to kind of go over real quick kind of why I think 2018, and I know some other people online have been doing something similar, but I wanted to kind of go over where we are right now. So as of right this moment, so it's 12/26. So this is today's market. So we've already bounced back like 13% in Bitcoin. I knew it was going to go back up. I even told my financial guy, because I own some GBTC, which is a stock that's attached to the value of Bitcoin. And it just plummeted with Bitcoin, and he's freaking out, and I'm like, it's fine, man. It's going to go back up. It's just everybody cashing out for Christmas, and there's going to be more money that come into the market, after Christmas, which is the case. It's going back up. Total market cap's going back up. But, Ethereum's going up. All of these are going up a bit. Now, some of them are going down a little bit. I mean, Cardano, it's been hanging out at about 41, 42 cents here for a couple of days now, even in the midst of all the craziness going on. So that tells me that's actually a good thing. But if you think about, if you think about what has happened over the past year in cryptocurrency, now, and I want you to keep in mind that the total market cap, this time last year, I need to find a screenshot of that, but this is what we're looking at right now. This is basically December 25th of last year. Bitcoin was $878. Ethereum was $7. Okay. Ripple wasn't even a penny. So, when you look at the, Litecoin is at $4, Monero's $9. So if you look at the growth of cryptocurrency as a whole, Steam was 13 cents. So there are a lot of coins right now that are 13 cents. Maybe over the next year they get up to $4. I think a lot of these coins are probably going to do significantly better than Steem has. Personally, I think just because of Steem's model, I think it's great. I think it's a great program platform. I like the blogs, all of it. But Dogecoin, I mean, it's done a little better, but if you look at what's happened just in 1 year and 365 days in cryptocurrency, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at today's market and kind of get an understanding as to what the potential is. So what was the sixth place coin? Ethereum Classic was in sixth place at that time with a market cap of 96 million. Today, Cardano is in sixth place with 10 billion. Okay, I mean, what does that tell you? It tells me that you've got coins that are just starting to come out and starting to hit the ground running, and over the course of the next year, the sky's the limit. And as money continues to pour into the total market cap, those funds are going to transfer into a lot of these altcoins, especially I would say the top 20 altcoins of today, which, look at, IOTA. I really want IOTA. I tell you, I do like IOTA, but man, I was messing around with the wallet and everything last night. I'm like, this is a pain in the ass. I didn't have the patience. To me, I look at it like, I've got wallets, mining rigs, all kinds of stuff set up. And if I'm getting into a wallet, I'm a little bit confused about what I'm supposed to be doing and when. I'm like, I don't see how this is going to have any mass scale adoption anytime soon. I could be wrong. I'm wrong about different things all the time. So, but I passed. Maybe someday I'll get IOTA, but I doubt it. And then the confusion about the IOTA and the MyOTA and the fractional, how it works and all that. Anyway. EOS, I think EOS is probably going to do pretty well. NEO, I think NEO is going to blow up over 2018, most likely. So even now at $62, I think it's still probably a steal. I could end up getting to $300-400 a pop easily. But I'm looking for deals that, so Verge, there you go. Verge is the top 20. So, I mean, moving forward, I want you guys to think about the exponential growth of the overall market cap of cryptocurrency over 2017. Where were we this time last year? And, let me see. Yeah, I need to find historical snapshots. Okay, I'm not even sure how to pull up the full, I want to know what the total market cap back then was, but I'm sure it was very minimal compared to where it is today. So anyway, that's that. I just kind of wanted to point out, just the growth potential for 2018. Try to get coins like Cardano. I would suggest, Verge, only because, I bought into it. I think there's a good opportunity for growth here if they play their cards well. There are a lot of these coins that I see doing very well in their growth over 2018, and that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to get into all of them and get a big stake in them that I can just sit on. I'm not about buying, selling on the highs, rebuying in the dips and playing that game. I'm not about that. I'm about the long-term growth of a coin. If I believe it and I want to buy it, I'm going to sit on it for a year or 2 years. And especially with the tax situation now, if you sit on a coin, if you purchase a coin and you own it for at least a year, you pay much less in taxes and capital gains tax. So think about that as well. Moving forward, you want to make sure that you're making long-term holds. You're going to pay a lot more money in tax by buying high, selling low, buying the dips, playing the dips, swing trading, this and that. You're going to pay a lot more in taxes over the term than just buying stuff you believe in, waiting for it to give you 100 times return and then selling. So that being said, what was the last thing? So I just wanted to point out too, I know that some of you guys aren't aware of this, but I'm actually in the mortgage business. So, and I am able to, my company is actually in the process of merging with another one. And I'm going to be able to help people all across the country with mortgage loans. So, if for whatever reason, you like me and you are interested in, if you need some help with your mortgage, whether it's you want to buy a new home or you're trying to refinance or whatever the case may be, hit me up, drop me a message. I have a team of loan officers that work for me that are very, very good. And, we can help with just about anything. And we can typically get things done a lot of other lenders can't. So keep that in mind moving forward. I do not, and I have been, and I'm bringing this up because I have been getting some questions from people like, hey, I know they realize I'm in the mortgage business. And they're asking me, should I refinance my house and get some of the equity out and invest in crypto? I would never tell anybody to do that because you just flat out never know 100% what's going to happen. I have not done that. So, to me, the equity that I have in my house is like a potential for like emergencies or, to be honest with you, the equity that I've been building, I only have like maybe 50 grand equity in my house right now. And, that is what I'm using for the next house. When it comes to real estate for me, I am very much, and I would love to be able to say, oh yeah, absolutely, call me up. I'll refinance you, get you some equity cash to invest in crypto. And maybe you can, get a 5, 10x return on that over the next 6 months and then put it back into your house. And then like it sounds fantastic, right? And I would love to say, give me a call, let's do it. But I think it would be irresponsible. Personally, I feel like the money that you put in cryptocurrency, without risk, I mean, a lot of the big risk, that's how a lot of these guys, they do really well, but when it comes to me, and if I were a single guy, then I might actually look into doing that because I'm like, whatever happens, happens. But when you've got a family, I've got a big family and I've got a lot of responsibility, so I can't be that frivolous and so it's not something I would ever do. It's not necessarily something I advise anybody doing. But that aside, if anybody needs help with a refinance or they're looking to purchase a home, I can absolutely help just about anywhere in the country. So don't hesitate to hit me up and let me know what I can do for you. And I think there might be some things that I'm forgetting, but I'm pretty sure this video has probably gone on long enough. 21 minutes. It seems to be typical. And this Zempify is actually a site I own. I just set it up with, it just spits out news and articles and some old ICO reviews. I would love to build this up into something more. I just haven't had the time. I would love to get people contributing articles to this. Whether, articles about ICOs, articles about the crypto space and what have you. I can't pay anybody to do it, but if somebody wants, some backlinks, they've got a site that they're trying to draw traffic to. This site does get some traffic. So, if you're looking for a place to host some new articles or something like that, that definitely hit me up. I'm happy to give people an author account on this site. Yeah, just something fun to do. On that note, I wish you all well. It is Tuesday. I'm going to go back to work, try and get some things done. And I love your comments. Thank you again. I did get a little bit emotional in the other video. It's probably good. 1 second, I'm like, oh, I wish there was a face video. And then the next, I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful that it's not. Look, it has been a really rough week with family and all of that. But it really does. It warms the heart in a lot of ways. I know some people, there are people that are always trolls and they like to kind of spout hate. And I haven't really seen too much of it, but I see a lot of it on other people's videos. And, I appreciate the appreciation that I've been receiving from the comments and all of you guys out there in crypto land watching these videos. I really just try to do this to help. I am so very passionate about cryptocurrency and everything that I try to do. I'm just trying to kind of pay it forward. I feel like, you get what you put out there. And, I'm trying to have some fun, with the Crow coin. Nobody's contributed to that yet. I just wanted to make sure I need to send a little bit of Ether to that address. I want to make sure that it registers. I want to make sure that that's all working. But, and nobody has to. It's not a big deal. It's just kind of a fun thing that, maybe sometime down the road I'd like to move forward with doing more. But, we'll see how that pans out over 2018 like everything else. And then finally, the one thing that I definitely wanted to mention is we are definitely making some significant progress on Moonrunner. I've taken the addresses out of, I'm taking the address and the direct link for the token sale off of the Moonrunner site, and I've removed it from the Bitcoin Talk thread because the SEC has never gotten back to me. They've never responded to an email. I'm sure I'm probably not even on their radar for anything, but I just figure, we'll probably keep it to a private sale once, once we've been able to launch the beta platform. And I was just talking to my developer this morning, and he was like, "Hey, I want to start getting some beta testers in here soon." So, and he said, "How do you want to do this?" I said, "We'll just do private invite, and let people in that we know we're going to use the system and help us get some really good feedback and things before we start really finalizing some of the modules that we're building it with." But it's coming right along. He just assured me like that my developer travels all over the world, and basically works and develops from his laptop in different countries, and that's how he lives his life, and it's fantastic. But he just told me, where did he say he's in? Tel Aviv, or I don't remember where he said he was, but he's basically got the next 30 days all to himself, no family, no visitors, no nothing. He's just going to be cranking out Moonrunner for the next 30 days. So, and he's making some decent headway. So I will keep all of you guys updated on that. I get blown up. I know that. Like I'm waiting on Moonrunner too for everything I'm doing, so I can't wait to get out of Excel and into this platform. But that's that for now. And anybody that has been doing like the bounty, promoting the Moonrunner token sale and things like that, even if I entirely pull the plug on a public token sale, I'm still going to issue like the rewards. I'm still going to go through, calculate everything. I know some people have been updating the bounty thread on Bitcoin Talk forums and all that. I appreciate that. That's great because it'll allow me to go through and tally everything up at the end of everything. But don't worry, I'm going to take care of all of that stuff. We're not going to leave any of you guys out. Like even if we don't follow through with the big, the public token sale, I really want to. If by the 6th I can get like a beta version of the site that is usable, I'm pretty sure that would constitute, a utility token over security based on speculation. And what I mean by that is, I'm pretty sure, and the more I read, the more it seems like the SEC looks at, so if we launch this token sale before Moonrunner is launched, they basically are telling you, they're basically saying that until you have something tangible, like until you have a platform that's usable, all of that, then the purchase of that coin is based off of speculative value, in which case that makes the coin a security. Okay, so but if we have the platform, and it exists and it's usable and it's something people can log into, then the platform is real, and therefore the coin becomes a utility token officially, and at which point I can start doing the token sale. So maybe if we start things a little later, or I'm still trying to figure out exactly how we're going to maneuver that to make sure that it's compliant and nobody gets in any trouble. But I will let you guys know. All right, so I will let you guys go back to your lives, and thank you so much for all of your support. See you soon.